making curried eggs. And before you start thinking of a classic old school 80s sandwich filler, I'm actually going to show you how to make a beautiful, authentic Indian egg curry. So to start with, I need 10 free-range eggs, and we want to bring them to the boil. So cold water to start with, always when you're boiling eggs, hard boiling. And we're just going to pop them very carefully, of course, in our water here. We're going to bring the water up to the boil and simply boil them for 6 minutes. We might as well do the whole lot so we've got some leftovers for later. I'm going to turn that on, and all we need to do now is start with our curry paste. So I've got 1 Spanish onion here. I've just cut that in 4 and it goes straight into our mini food processor, along with 2 cloves of garlic, 1 whole chilli. These chilies aren't too hot. It just gives it just a slight amount of heat, so it's all right for the kiddies. And I'm just going to cut that into 3. In it goes. And 1 knob of ginger. So again, we're just going to cut that and pop that in. Lid goes on, and we just want to blitz that until we get a fine puree. All right. So that's ready to go. Look, you could slice all these ingredients and then add them to the curry, but by doing this, it just speeds up the whole process, so we've got dinner on the table faster. So that's the consistency that we're looking for. So we'll leave that there for a moment and move over to our pan here. I've just got some ghee in here, so about a tablespoon of ghee. And ghee, if you don't know what it is, it's simply clarified butter. That's used a lot in Indian cooking. And what we're adding in here is the beginning of some beautiful spices. So I've got a teaspoon of black mustard seeds. And I love using the black mustard seeds. They've got a stronger flavour than the yellow mustard seeds. So in they go, along with a bay leaf, 1 cinnamon stick, and a teaspoon of fennel seeds. And these spices are whole at this stage, one-dimensional in flavour, but as soon as they hit that hot ghee, all of a sudden this place will smell absolutely delicious. You'll smell the fennel, you'll smell the cinnamon, and that's a perfect indication on when we're actually going to start the next step. So we can start adding our other spices. So I've got some smoked paprika here and 2 teaspoons of cumin. And we just want to give that a quick stir. So again, we can start smelling those beautiful spices. All right, now we're ready to go with our onion mixture. So we're going to pop all of that straight in there. And we want to cook this off for about 3 to 4 minutes. After that, we can start adding the rest of our ingredients. So that's lightly brown now, so we're going to add our tomatoes. So crushed tomatoes, about 400 grams or a can. We're going to allow that to bubble away again for about 3 to 4 minutes so those raw tomatoes can cook off, and then I'll add some coconut milk. Those tomatoes have cooked down nicely, so it's time to add some extra liquid. I want 300 millilitres of coconut milk, just a little bit under a can. And I always like to add a little bit of water at this stage because that coconut milk will thicken up. And then all we do is give that a stir. We're going to pop the lid on and just allow that to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until we've got that beautiful thick gravy. In the meantime, I'm going to finish cooking those eggs and peel them. Okay, so we're just taking all of that shell off. Great for the compost, so keep that. And we're ready to go. So that sauce has been cooking for 20 minutes. Look at this gravy, it's rich, it smells so delicious, and it's thickened up perfectly. So we just want to essentially warm up these eggs. So we're just going to carefully pop them in the sauce, coat them in there. Look at that, there's so much gravy there, yum. And we're ready to go. So I've got some coriander here, beautiful with this. All I want to do is just roughly chop that. I'm going to reserve about a handful just for the garnish, but the rest of this can go straight into our pot. And last but not least, just to give it a hint of acidity, I've got some lime. So the juice of half a lime straight in there, and we're ready to serve. So a big bowl. And this is a really delicious dish to do. 20 minutes, we're talking, it's such a fast thing. If you want to give yourself a break from chicken or beef or even a fish curry, well, try this. It's budget friendly, and for all the vegetarians out there, they will love this. So that last bit of coriander straight on top. So this is not your average curried egg sandwich, which I don't really like. This is a traditional, authentic Indian curry. You know what I would serve that with? A beautiful piece of naan bread.